Welcome to episode 2 from the Bassgroove Loft. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about OCTAVERS, but first, let's start the show. Welcome to episode 2 from the Bassgroove Loft. If this is your first time watching one of these episodes, please hit like and subscribe and the bell icon so that will help me out to create more content like this. So many people ask me how I use an octaver or how I apply it when I'm playing. There's many ways that you can use an octaver. One of the ways that I use it, sometimes when I go to a gig, I'm not able to bring my synth bass. So the octaver is helping me out to create that soft synthy sound, which sounds really good. Also, other octavers have like the low octaver and the high octaver. Those ones, I like to use it for a solo or playing chords. It gives you a different texture and it sounds really good. And also, you can emulate a 5-string bass too. I mainly play 4-string bass, but with my octaver, sometimes if I'm playing a song in C, sometimes I'm missing that low B string. So if I'm gonna hit C at the end of the song, I activate my octaver at the same time and it creates that kind of like a low C 5-string, which sounds really good. What I'm gonna be doing right now, I'm just gonna be playing a song. The octavers I'm gonna be using is gonna be the Boss OC-2 and the Electro Harmonics Micro POG is the other one. By the way, I'm not a sponsor or get paid for any of these brands. This is only a pedals that I own and that's what I use when I play. Let's check the pedals I'm reviewing and then let's play. Okay, well, let's talk about the micropog. The micropog, one of the things that I love is like it's like I have two octavers in one because it gives you the low octave and the high octave. So I like a lot the micropog because the high octave it sounds so clean, and the low octave it tracked it very well, so it's not wobbling. It's so deep. And the solo section that I was playing right now, that's why I choose to use the micropog. So let's take a quick review. I'm just gonna play. So this is the amount of bass I want, and this is the amount of the effect and the high octave. So let's play something in between, like both in 12 o'clock. Let's add a little bit more. But let's keep our dry signal in 12 o'clock. I like it because you can even play chords with that one. It's pretty cool. And it sounds really cool in in the high octave mode. And if we tweak it a little bit, let's take the bass out, a little bit of the bass out, then let's add more of the high octave. It sounds a little bit different. If you notice, it's only the effect, like the high octaver. But let's add a little bit more of the bass. It gives you that sound kind of like a little bit, not an harmonizer, but it gives you the low of the actual bass, and it blended very well. And this octaver is so much clean in the tone and sound is so clean. I love it. Let's add a little bit more of the bass. effect a little bit off. Let's add more effect now. So it's pretty cool if you spend time on this. If you own this, spend time a little bit and tweak it your sound on bass for melodic solos or high notes registers. It will give you the great sound. Let's try just the sub octave a little bit. Let's put it 12 o'clock. I like that it keeps it very deep and it sustains it very well. Let's take the bass off. It gives you that synthy sound. Okay, now let's check the Boss OC-2. The OC-2 is another of my favorite octavers. It's a classic, vintage. It sounds so good. It sounds different. And I love the tone. This one is way different than the micropog. The micropog has like an octave down and an octave up. This one you have 2 octave downs. You have like a 1 octave of the normal tuning and then a 1 below of that one. So let's try the one below the other octaver, and we're gonna be checking the sound. We're gonna play it first of 12 o'clock. If you have headphones, you might can tell the sounds of the octaver. I'm gonna take bass out a little bit and bring the octave up so you can have an idea how it sounds. It gives you that synth sound and it sounds so good to play bass lines on bass. Let's take the bass all the way out and let's crank it up a little bit and we're gonna notice the difference. It's way down that one. Crank it up all the way up. So it sounds like kind of like similar to the synth bass. So now let's blend the bass back 12 o'clock. Now let's use another octave. Let me take this one out. So let's be playing this one at 12 o'clock, both at 12 o'clock. I'm using this one and the song that I was playing just to play the bottom bass line. Now let's crank it up a little bit and take the bass out a little bit. Now let's take the bass all the way out and crank it up, and it will sound more like a synth bass. Let's add a little bit of bass. this one, it tends to wobble a little bit in the low frequencies. But when you're playing like the high registers, it doesn't wobble much, and it still give you the bass, the synth bass sound. I love the sound of this one. So the setting I was using the octave down a little bit, like in a quarter, and the other one I crank it up a little bit more, 3 o'clock I'm gonna set, and I blend the bass a little bit more than 12 o'clock. That's pretty much the setting that I'm using when I'm playing live with this octaver. So I'm gonna say like the difference between this one and the micro POG. The micro POG have the octave high, and it sounds much different than the OC-2. But if you have both of these pedals or something similar, I'm gonna say that octaver is gonna be kind of like essential pedal in your pedal board if you use pedals when you play. And I always have 2 octavers, one just to track the low notes, and the other one when I do solos to get those melodies with a high octave. It sounds so good. Well, there you have it. That's a few ways that you can use an octaver. Well, I think that's it for this episode. Our next episode is going to be fun. Why it's important to play simple. So it's going to be a fun episode. I'm going to be doing a few examples, and I'm going to be discussing why it's too important to play simple. But well, that's going to be in the next episode. So see you soon.